It's a great day. My name is Che Brown, the Happy Entrepreneur, and welcome to the Happy Entrepreneur Show, the #1 business development and revenue-focused late-night show in the country where we're really on a mission. And our mission really is to empower, our mission is to inspire, and our mission is to provide you, that's right, you, the hard-working entrepreneur, with all of the resources that are necessary to execute that big vision you have for the people you would call the servant. On this episode, we have the one and only Melanie. She's in the building, and she'll be talking about marketing in 2026. Whoa, good luck. What's going on, Melanie? How you doing?
Hi, Jay. That's such a cool welcome. Thank you for having me on your show.
Thank you for being here on the show. And before we get started, let me just address the elephant in the room. We're talking about marketing in 2026. And the question got to be on everybody's hand is, what is your definition of marketing, right? Do I just need a logo? Is that my marketing? Do I just need some colors? Is that my marketing? So since we'll be talking about marketing in 2026, what is your definition of marketing and why is it more important now than ever before?
This is such, you know what's really funny? I am about to do a collaboration and I'm going to hold my hand up and say that I don't use AI. I'm never going to bash someone who does. We all do what we do. What I will say is AI is making people lazy. They're putting in the prompts, it churns it out, and they're not even proofreading it. They're just doing copy and paste, bosh, there you go. And what you need to realize is it's a prompt. It isn't you. It's gone off what you've prompted it, but it's a robot, right? And so what a lot of people are missing when they're doing this is they're not putting their personal flair, their personal experience, their feelings. We all know people buy with emotion, whether it's buying a chocolate bar because you're pissed off and you just want to put chocolate bar because you've had a bad day, or it could be, from a woman's point of view, you go out and get yourself a nice outfit, you're going out on the town at the weekend, you want to look good. Yeah, it's all emotion, right? And so if you're just putting out these prompts, it's not enough. You need to put your personal flair, your experience, and the feelings. What feelings do you want people to have? So when you said color scheme and all of that, that's branding, which is essential because you want people to feel something when they find you. But what are they going to feel apart from looking at pretty colors and some fancy graphics? What do they, I know when I'm scrolling on an app, I love it when I don't know someone, but I stop the scroll and I'm like, this person's cool, man. And this is what you need to be doing with yours.
I love it. If marketing in 2026 had one big change, because you could wave this magic wand, what would you want that change to be in 2026? Now, I'm going to let her answer the question, ladies and gentlemen. Don't worry. For those that are meeting her for the very first time, no matter how famous she is all around the world, she'll tell you where she's broadcasting in from. She'll tell you her backstory. We'll get into who is this person talking. But first, marketing 2026. What's the big change you see happening?
Well, I love how you're asking me these questions because I talk about this all the time. To me, this is just normal. And I realize a lot of people don't think like this. So the clients that are in my world, those that were with me last year for the last 6 months, so let's say June, maybe July of last year, I was saying community is going to be massive next year. It was already big, but it's going to be even bigger in 2026. I am seeing tons of entrepreneurs daily saying, I'm fed up with Facebook and Instagram. It's not doing it for me. It's not moving the needle forward. If you want to stay in touch, here's my email. Or they're on some other platform, which is WhatsApp, Telegram, School, Slack, whatever you want to use, right? And so Facebook groups are not what they used to be. Some people are still doing really well out of it, so I'm not bashing it if you are. But there's a lot of people struggling, and it's not giving them the reach they need. It's not changing people's lives. It's just not doing what it's supposed to do. And so what I want to see happen, which I know is going to happen, is exactly what I told my clients to do. You've got to build community. You're a business owner, so you have to lead. And what are you leading with? It should be a lived experience anyway. And if it's not lived experience, it's your skill set. So it's one of those two, if not both. And you need to be the leader. You need to be fearless. You know, so many people observe the competition and it kind of paralyzes them because they're like, ooh, should I do that? Should I do that? Should I do that? It's good to know what the competition are doing, but are you going to make your business decisions based on them? Nah, you need to be leading.
I like that. You said you need to be what? Leading.
Leading.
What's the biggest thing that business owners should stop doing now? Just according to you. Like if you say, hey, you know what? Now, I realize y'all are all different places, different spaces, different industries. So I'm asking a broad question. But if you said, you know what, here's one thing that I think all business owners should stop doing immediately, and it could really help them improve their marketing, what would it be?
This is a big one for me because I talk about it all the time. And it's mainly because it's kind of industry I deal with a lot. So I deal with coaches a lot. And the one thing, and I have no problem saying this, right? I don't want people thinking I'm bashing the industry, but as with anything, there's good and bad. The bad side of the coaching industry is everyone's been feeding this perfect persona, the perfect lifestyle online. And it's all about where you live, the money you earn, the fashion, where you hang out, who you know. It's just all very cliquey and, oh, my life is amazing. And it's just bullshit at the end of the day. And so what I say to my clients is you've got to be real, honest, and relatable. And sometimes when my clients start working with me, they're like, but if I show that side of me that wasn't that good, won't that put people off, or won't people kind of think less of me? And I say to them, no, it's the reverse, because especially if you're a coach or you're a therapist or you're a healer or you're someone who's going to transform someone's life, okay? So there's no shame in saying, hey, at some point in my life, it wasn't perfect. This was why, but I got through the other side, turned my life around. I can do the same for you. And here's the thing, which I say to a lot of my clients, and when I break it down, they get it. I say to them, you've got to remember your potential client is in the ick. Right? They're in the stink, as I like to call it. Life isn't great. They're not achieving what they want to achieve, right? So if you're portraying a perfect life, if someone's in the stink, they're going to look at that and go, there's no way my life could ever look like that. I'm not even going to approach that person. I won't send an email to them. I'm not going to message them. There's no way I can be like that. And so kind of in a way, you're kind of actually turning people away instead of just being real. Like you said to me, let's have some fun, just be yourself. And that's what I ask all my clients to do online. And the minute they do, they're like, oh my God, people are really like engaging with my content and they're paying attention and I'm getting messages. And I'm like, could you be yourself?
I love it. What wonderful advice to give. Be yourself, speak from the heart, and represent your business. Some of you, they're listening and saying, Shay, I don't know Melanie Whittaker. I don't know her. I'm in the kitchen cooking dinner right now, but it sounds good what she's saying. Someone else right now is saying, I'm in my office right now and I just put this on and I'm like, whoa, this woman has fire. She has passion, but who is she? What's her backstory? I haven't read her resume. Let's take a moment. We'll slow down. You know the question already. You're probably used to this, but who are you? So they want to know your backstory. And then what was that defining moment that led you down this path of helping other business owners really exceed in marketing?
I absolutely love this question because, as I have said earlier, you've got to lead with your life experience. So I'm from England originally, and I've always been a secretary. And the pinnacle of my life when I was in England was working in London. I was working on the trading floor of banks as a secretary. It was fast paced. It was go, go, go. And I loved it, right? Then I came to Spain because I wanted to get out of being in corporate land. I didn't want it anymore. And I wanted to be in sunshine and have fun, which I'm doing. And the interesting thing is, and I love to talk about this, when I was getting ready to calm my ass down from partying in Spain and go, do you know what? I think I'll build a business now. that was when 2020 happened and the world stopped. So I was like, you what? And that was when I was going to become serious and hire someone and go, getting some feelings for things. This is the kind of thing I want to do. And so as soon as because I live on this beautiful tropical island, and so when the island reopened, I started doing social media for restaurants because I've always been front of house for restaurants while I've been here. And so I made that come online. I made it pop. I made it interesting. I mean, that's quite easy to do, you know, show cocktails and all that kind of stuff. So that was okay to do. But I learned a lot from that. And in the meantime of doing that, I've always been friendly with coaches. And so I had a coach who I'd been in communication with for quite a bit. And she just reached out to me and she said, Mel, I want a PR person. I'm going to start promoting heavily my retreats. And you're the person that I know can do this. And here I am.
Wow. And you're doing some amazing work. What do you enjoy most about what you're doing these days?
Oh, God. Do you know what? I genuinely love what I do. Like, I have been on the go. It is now 9 o'clock at night for me. And I have been on the go. I woke up really early this morning. So by the time I had a coffee, I was doing some work at like 6 o'clock this morning. I've been back to back on calls all day. 2 collaborations are in the go. Some client calls. And what I genuinely love, I understand that most people don't really like marketing. It's kind of viewed as the necessary evil. And so I just love it. And so I can talk about it all day. And I love to see people grow the business that they want. And I know that this, and I want to say this, Che, for the longest time, you've had the gurus in the industry. They've had lots of money that they can throw at a marketing and PR team. And obviously they've gone off and they've flown. The everyday person just couldn't do that. And what I want to say to someone now, if you're feeling at that point where you're looking at these big guns in whatever industry you're in and thinking, I'll never be like that, I want you to eradicate that from your mind right now. And I want you to do exactly the steps that I just said earlier. Start bringing who you are, the real, honest, raw, relatable person that you are. There's no shame in your game. We've all had a story. Start telling your story. Start putting yourself out there. Start connecting. You know, don't be afraid to make mistakes. Not everything will work, and that is okay. You're allowed to make some errors along the way. And the more you do it, the more confident you will become. But you've got to keep going. And so what I genuinely love is seeing women come to me and grow the business that they love. When I see them getting these opportunities because I'm getting them the PR and they're getting the clients and, you know, they're doing these events that they want to do. Oh God, I when I get messages, and I'm not saying this for an ego trip, I'm not that shallow, but when I get a message from a client and they're like, oh my God, I just did this podcast interview, it was so good, thanks for that, and oh my goodness, this magazine article's come out and now this is happening and that's happening, and they're just bouncing because the joy I feel for what I do is reciprocated from them to me, because they're like, oh my God, this is happening, and they're in love with their business. I love it.
I love it, being in love with the business. Spot on, by the way. And what do you say to the person who's watching right now? We'll talk to 2 different folks. The person is very, very experienced. They maybe been doing business now for 3+ years. They're like, Shay, I love it. I do need to build a community and I need to market so people feel like they trust me. Yeah, I know you can't give away all your secrets, but what would you say to that advanced person? And maybe it's the same thing for someone that's new. Maybe someone out there just starting. Maybe someone out there is a professional. You did really well in your professional career, and you're now getting into this entrepreneurial world. So maybe it works for both. But here's the question: what advice would you give to someone that wants to build a really cool community of folks that they can serve? Is there 1, 2, or 3 secrets that you would share with that person?
Yeah. Going back to what I said about be yourself, and we hear this phrase all the time, be authentic and all that, and it kind of like your eyes kind of roll because it's just overused. Here's something that I tell my clients. I even was talking about it in this collaboration we're going to do today. We live in the online space. It's just part of life. Even if you're not building a business, you're chatting to mates on an app somewhere, right? It's just life. If you're a business owner and you are spending a good chunk of your time in the online space, it's very easy to think that everybody knows what you do, right? And on top of that, you also think that they kind of know you as a person, your personality, what you like, what you don't like, what you're passionate about, you know, what annoys you kind of thing, right? I guarantee you now, 99% of the people that will discover you online don't know you. They don't know you. So what I said earlier, you've got to stop the scroll. Now, when I say stop the scroll, I'm not even saying do the stupid dances that everyone's doing and the clickbait and being controversial so it boosts your algorithm. No, I don't do any of that. What I want you to do to stop the scroll is what I said earlier about feelings. So if someone's thinking, I need to build a community, but how do I do that? And I need the right people. I don't just want anyone. I want the right people. Again, authenticity. If you know what's really interesting, I will get people on a discovery call and they'll be like, oh my goodness, you're just like what we see when you do your videos on the apps. And I'm like, yeah, because I'm not going to be something on an app and then be something on a discovery call. It's too much. I need to be me. And if you're going to hire me, that's what you're going to get, right? So if your personality is to be sarcastic, right? If your personality is someone who's quiet and introverted, be that. Because whatever is you needs to be amplified in the online space so that when someone sees you, they're like, oh, like for instance, I often see women online and I'll be like, oh my God, I could just imagine hanging out in a bar with her and having a drink. Like, you need to have that je ne sais quoi so that when people see you, they're like, oh my goodness, I like this person. Because here's what happens. When people feel a connection to you, whether it's through your story, your personality, or both, right? What's happening then is they see something in you that they like, right? At this point, they're not even paying attention to your marketing. You're just something that they're scrolling, right? But after a few little times, they're like, oh my God, I quite like this person. They keep popping up. I'm going to pay attention to what they're doing. And then now they're paying attention to your marketing. And what you need to say is, hey, I've got this kick-ass community. And in this community, I'm doing blah, 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 blah. And make them feel welcome before they even enter. Right? So when you're going out at night and you're going to bars or you're going to clubs, you get a vibe before you even go in. If you're sensing maybe there's a queue and it's a bit off and people are a bit in the queue, kind of can put you off a little bit about going in, or if the bouncers are a bit you're just like, you know what, let's go somewhere else. And it's the same with you in the online space. What energy are you putting out? Are you actually encouraging people to be a part of your world, or are you actually repelling them? So you need to think, how is my personality and the skills that I do being portrayed to people? Am I turning them away, or am I actually making them think, oh, you know what, this person's cool. I think I'm going to send an email, or I'm going to send a message because I like them. I like what they're about. That's what you need to do.
And that's one of the things that I admire most, and that good advice. And it's not only just advice, it's something you all can implement today. You don't need any software to implement what she just talked about. You can be yourself. In fact, her company, I think the company name is You Are Your Marketing, or at least that's the tagline that I kept seeing.
Yeah, it is. You are your marketing.
I was like, this is amazing. You are your marketing. What's the backstory behind You Are Your Marketing? I mean, very creative, by the way. I love it. So what's the backstory behind the name?
There's a story. It's a short story. I want to tell you. So it was when I was working front of house for restaurants, and on this island, you get a lot of restaurants all in a row. And so we're all doing the same job. We're all trying to get people in. And I observed a few doors down, there was this guy, and I can't remember what he did, but he did something that was major cringe. And I was just like, oh my God, I can't believe you just done that. And then as soon as I saw him do that, I was like, there was just like this like eureka moment. I was like, we're all doing the same job. No one's better than anyone else. But I observing that made myself go, oh, that's horrible, right? And so I just thought to myself, we literally are our marketing, right? It doesn't make one better than the other. And this is what I say to everyone. You know, when you are going to go all guns blazing with your marketing, you might decide to do fun or get a really kick-ass funnel or do some Facebook ads or whatever the thing may be. Whatever you decide to do with your marketing, you're the one steering the ship. You're the one with the energy. You're the face of it. You're the brain and the power behind this. So this is why I get annoyed when people kind of have the attitude that marketing's going to wave the magic wand and make it go okay. We can only work with what you provide us. And that's why it came up. You are your marketing.
I love it, man. I love the story. I love the backstory. I love what you do. You know, you work with a number of folks. You read so many books, I'm sure, these days. You watch more videos than you can remember. And, you know, they talk about 10,000 hours, but what a joke. You can do that with your thumb on the weekend these days, by the way. Here's the question I really have in all seriousness. What's one of the best pieces of advice you've ever been given? And ladies and gentlemen, she's been given a lot of advice. She's read so much. But if you had to step back and say, you know what? Here's something that was passed along to me that I want to pass along to the audience and to the community, what would it be and why?
Wow. Okay, I know this is going to make a lot of eyes roll because it's super cliche, but I feel it needs to be said. The only competition is yourself. You need to grow and evolve. I want to be honest now. I'm totally transparent. I even gave this to a client of mine just yesterday. I sent it to her in an email. I, over Christmas, came up with a few journaling prompts that I created myself, right? And I sat down and I went somewhere super quiet, no interruption, and I just let it all come out. I just let it all, you know, the good, the bad, the ugly, I just like that. And so what I want to say is it's very easy in the online space to keep comparing yourself. And, you know, a lot of women will come to me and they'll be like, oh, how can I even compete with that woman over there? Like, she's got tons of followers. Everything she sells turns to gold. Like, how can I be like that? Or Gemma will say, how can I compete with that? And then what I say to them is, you don't. Because without being disrespectful, she will always be ahead of you because she did it sooner. But it doesn't make her better. It was just that one day, I guarantee you, she was overlooked. All her competition were getting the clients, and she was like, I'm done. So she put on her big girl panties and was like, I'm going to take marketing seriously. And the minute you take your marketing seriously and you take your business, I'm full of fun. You can sense that. But when I have to be serious, I'm serious. So what I want to say to someone is, you are your only competition. Stop worrying about everyone else. And how have you improved from what you were last week? I can see the growth I've had in a year, big time. And so I wrote all that down in my journaling. So ask yourself, how have you grown from a week previous? 6 weeks, 3 months, 6 months, a year. How have you grown? And if you can't see your growth, there's a problem.
What does success look like for you these days? What does it feel like?
Having more breathing space because, as you can tell, I'm hyper. All my clients call me Tigger, and I get that because I bring Tigger energy to everything that I do. I get so excited, but that's the nature of what I do. I used to be on the go all the time because I could maintain it and I could do it. Now I'm like, even though I can still maintain that, I don't want to. I want to have more breathing space. You know, I live on a beautiful island. I want to enjoy the island. I want to go catch sunsets instead of being glued to my phone. You know, I want to have, you know, opportunities. Opportunities are coming to me without me forcing them, you know, and I'm loving that. You know, I've got 2 collaborations that we're about to start in the next week. Like, that's what success to me is all about, working in a way that I want to work, not what's portrayed online. You know, everyone's living a different life. My idea of success is going to be completely different to like a woman with kids. You know, I don't have kids. So for me, it's having breathing space. It's working with people that I genuinely love and just can't wait to get on calls with them and go change the world through whatever they're doing. And collab with people who are the same. They're in their zone of genius and they want to change the world.
I love it, by the way. You know, I love your energy. I love your heart to give. As we come down the home stretch, first, what do you do for fun?
I live in Spain, so we all know what the Spanish are about. Fiesta, fiesta. So I love the Spanish lifestyle. Yeah, they're just about the party, you know. The day ends with a Y. Let's celebrate it, you know. I love the beach. I'm a beach person. I do love drinking my cocktails. You know, that will never get old. I'm a sun worshipper. So I do love the sun, and to live on an island like this where the sun's out every day is just again, will never get old because I'm from England where it's not that sunny. I've kind of stopped traveling. I haven't done that much traveling, but I used to do lots of traveling. So I love that. I'm not a huge person that makes lots of food. That I'm not really in the kitchen a lot, but when I do, I like to take my time over it and make nice meals. And I love to see people be happy, eating good food. And I like being sociable. I love meeting new people, finding about different cultures, just their life experience and learning from someone else. I think that's why I love PR, because I love meeting new people.
I love it. I love your energy. As we come down the home stretch, a two-part question. Number one, what type of clients are you looking to work with these days, if any? I'm not sure if you've taken on any new clients. And number two, how can folks best connect with you? Where should they go? They're like, hey, I like what I'm hearing. Is there a website? Is there a place so they can connect with you?
Yeah. My ideal client is a female coach or a female service provider. What will happen is they will generally reach out to me because they're about to launch something. So it could be a book launch. It could be that they're wanting to fill a retreat. They may have a mastermind that they need to fill. There's so many reasons why they come to me. So that is, but you don't have to be a coach. You know, if you're selling a service, you're a service provider, I can still help you with that. And as for finding me, there's several ways, but I'll keep it short and sweet. youareyourmarketing.com is my website, and I go into so much information on there. My freebie, if you sign up to that, is super valuable. I give you the difference between marketing and public relations, because there's a lot of people that don't quite get it, but when you get it, boom. As regards finding me on social media, I'm going to keep this very short. I live on Threads. I can't keep myself off it. Honestly. And there's a reason why I get all my clients on it. Like, the reason I love Threads is it's like walking into Narnia for me. Like, I meet cool people every day without even trying. Like, I had a woman follow me yesterday. I didn't know who she was. Went to her bio, checked her out, saw she had a podcast, saw it was a good fit. I'm going to be on her podcast. Like, these opportunities are just happening to me without me even trying. So if you're on Threads, you know, you can find me on You Are Your Marketing there. But you can find me on other apps too. You can find me on Instagram with the same handle, You Are Your Marketing. And you can find me on Facebook with Melanie Whittaker with the mad pink hair.
I love it. Let me say thank you so much for being on the Happy Entrepreneur Show. Certainly appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
And thank you to viewers. Thank you for tuning in, by the way, because without you, well, we wouldn't have a show. So I never get tired of reminding you every night, 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, no matter what's going on in your life, that you're incredible, you're amazing. And for you, I believe the best is still yet to come. The best is yet to come. The best is yet to come. With that being said, my name is Shay Brown. I'm out. Peace. We'll see y'all on the other side. God bless.